Well, mixed reactions have trailed President Muhammadu Buhari's first media chat since he was sworn in on May 29th. His chat with journalists touched several sectors, including security, the economy, and job creation. Joining us on News Track now is Deji Adeyanju, who's the Director of New Media in the PDP. You're welcome to the news. Thanks for joining us. Now, what's your assessment of the President's media chat being his first since he became president?
Well, for me, and many of us, we watched and we could see that the president on so many occasions was contradictory. For instance, on the issue of the Shiite, he said there was an inquiry going on. Then he later turned around to say that how can some people create a state inside a state, and that answer simply suggests that the president sanctioned the killings of over 1,000 innocent Nigerians, and it doesn't go down well with so many of us and so many concerned citizens, because and we're extremely sad, because if you look at it critically, you see that no matter the crime that these people might have committed, there are laws, they could have been arrested, force might not have been applied. What's the place of tear gas and all these things, and they could be taken to court. But again, if you put the response vis-a-vis what he said about Dasuki and Nnamdi Kanu, where he doesn't believe that those who are facing trials should be granted bail, and we can understand why the Shiites were treated the way they were treated, just summarily executed in an extrajudicial manner.
All right. Apparently, you're not happy with some of the responses of the president, some of the issues. But do you think the president gave satisfactory answers on issues bordering on national security, especially as regards the missing Chibok schoolgirls?
Well, on the issue of the Chibok, what I can say is that the president was insincere, because, the answer vis-a-vis the campaign promises he made to the country, they are very seriously at par, because during the campaigns he said the previous government was incompetent and that they didn't have the capacity to bring back the girls. He spoke with confidence and said that, as a former military head of state, who was involved in the crisis of Chad, that he had the capacity to bring back the girls, and he even gave timeline, But now he's saying that he doesn't know whether the girls are alive, and again he's suggesting, another thing that is so funny to us is that he's suggesting that he wants to negotiate with real Boko Haram. So does it mean he knows the real Boko Haram? And another thing that is very ironical about this whole thing is, if President Buhari is willing to negotiate with Boko Haram, who have killed over 20,000 innocent Nigerians, so why then was he fuming over Nnamdi Kanu, who has not even hurt a fly? These things, we just cannot understand these things. Well, they do not add up.
Yeah, understandably, you being in the opposition party, you would criticize everything that the president says, or everything the president said last night. But did you find some of what he said the truth? Did you commend some of his responses, especially as regards the war on terror? The president again said that the Nigerian military has technically won the war on Boko Haram.
Well, my reply to that would be that you can see from the coordinated attacks, that we witnessed on Christmas Day, on Boxing Day, on 27th. You can see that Boko Haram, is far from being defeated. They are just playing to the gallery again and again. If you remember what the Minister of Information said, they do not even want the media to be reporting they do not want the media to be reporting Boko Haram attacks. What we understand is that they want to win the war in the media. But like Governor Fayose said, if the Minister of Information is confident enough, he should relocate to Sambisa Forest. These people should stop lying to the people. For instance, this same president said that the previous administration did not buy arms, they didn't do anything. Okay, how did he all of a sudden technically miraculously defeat Boko Haram? With which arms did they use to defeat Boko Haram technically now? Because I'm aware they've not bought even an office pin for the Nigerian army since May 29th. So with which weapons did they technically defeat Boko Haram?
Deji Adeyanju, thank you so much for sharing your thoughts with us on the news. We appreciate you joining us on News Track at this time.
Thank you very much.
We've been speaking to the Director, New Media of the People's Democratic Party, Mr. Deji Adeyanju.